is organizing the program to allow her to do the invitation to do the Dhamma sermon. So now you can take over the program and invite the Mahasangha to conduct the program.
Thank you, Venerable Sir. Sir, I kindly request you to commence the sermon today to bestow merit to my uncle, Mahinda Athulathmudali, who passed away 3 months ago. Thank you, Venerable Sir.
So it's a pleasure for me to conduct this program as this person, Mahinda Athulathmudali, who have passed away 3 months ago. That was on 13th August 2021. So I was told that the Upasika who invited to conduct this program, Dinusha Athulathmudali, mentioned to me that she was looked after by this uncle during her prime age, and she's doing this to share merit with the father, and also to pass this message, to pass the Buddha's message to his wife and for the 2 daughters and for the son living in Canada. I hope they have joined for this program and can hear me clearly.
Yes, sir. Reverend Sir, they have joined the program. They are
okay,
online.
Great. Okay, great.
Yes, we're here. Thank you so much. We're all here. Thank you so much.
Okay. Then it's mentioned here, this sermon was organized by Dinusha Upasika and my sister Dilsha and our mother Metta. So see now, when you support people, even after you die, there are people to help you. So not everyone support and help people in return. Only the people who have great qualities, who are endowed with gratefulness, will look after the people even after they pass away. Because usually after people pass away, the connection breaks. Actually, after someone passes away, you can't give anything from your hand. You can't pass, like you can't give anything gross. The only thing that you could give is a merit. A good thing that you do, you can share the good deeds. You can give food to others and share that good karma with the past, with the relative who have passed away. And one more thing we should remember, this long journey, we have been coming, being born and dead again and again, being born and dead again and again. This is not the first uncle. This is not the first father. We have been wandering and roaming in the samsara. Because we judge our life and we judge other people's life by considering the things that we see from the naked eye. But when we consider things through our eye of wisdom, when we consider things with the help of our eye of wisdom, then we can see things as clearly and see things as really they are. What's the secret? When you start thinking through your great wisdom, developed through the Buddha's teachings, with the reality of life, when you know the reality of life, the truth of this life, the hidden nature that we don't see from our naked eyes, the nature that you should see through wisdom, when you see the truth of this life through wisdom, then what happens? Great qualities like loving kindness, compassion, then equanimity. Then there's one more quality, you call it altruistic joy. Or in another way, if I explain a little bit deep, altruistic joy means like you are happy when others develop in life. You're waiting to see others to be success in life. I don't know how much you'll have developed that quality, and I don't know how much you'll think daily, okay, may this person be successful. Because usually people are trained for a long time from their young age. They are trained to think about themselves. Like, we prioritize our life. But the great teacher, our Supreme Buddha, he taught us to think equally, like just as you think for yourself, we should think for the benefit and for the welfare of others as well. So the example and the guideline is like this. I'll tell the guideline. I'll tell you the example that Buddha gave us, that taught us to support others. It's like this. Just like a mother who has one child, just like a mother who has just one child cares for his one and only child, we should show the same loving kindness towards everyone living in this world. What do you think about that advice? Just as a mother shows loving kindness to her one and only child, the same loving kindness should be shown to everyone that we have seen and unseen. So before I go for the Dhamma sermon, I just wanted to give a brief introduction of what we are learning, and just to know what kind of teachings Buddha have taught us. And please, some of the devotees who are joining for this program might be learning Dhamma for the first time, learning the Buddha's teachings for the first time. So I hope you would understand that, first of all, please be aware and please remember that Buddha's teachings are not something just limited to the born Buddhists. Buddha's teachings are a collection of teachings, and then Buddha's teachings, in another word, if we mention what Buddha's teachings are, that is the reality of life. It shows the path, and it shows how to think wisely to overcome suffering. Very simple. Buddha's teachings shows us the truth of this life, and then the reason for the suffering, and then the reason to abandon suffering, and then the path leading, what we should practice to be free from suffering. So I hope as an introduction, this is fine and enough for you all. So now, before we start a sermon, usually we go for refuge to Buddha Dhamma Sangha. We go for refuge to Buddha Dhamma Sangha and observe 5 precepts. So, and then we chant the qualities of the triple gems, and then we go for the Dhamma sermon. So, the ones who are new for this program, the ones who are learning Dhamma for the first time, the part I'm going to do right now, you all can observe what we are doing before a sermon, and then the others who have been practicing Buddhism for a long time can go for refuge to Buddha Dhamma Sangha and observe 5 precepts. Okay? So say together with me. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhaṃ saranam gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saranam gacchāmi, Sanghaṃ saranam gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Buddhaṃ saranam gacchāmi, Ditiyampi dhammam saranam gacchami. Ditiyampi sangam saranam gacchami. Tatiyampi buddham saranam gacchami. Tatiyampi dhammam saranam gacchami. Tatiyampi sangam saranam gacchami. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So to observe the 5 precepts, say after me. I observe the precept of abstaining from killing beings. I observe the precept of abstaining from stealing. I observe the precept of abstaining from sexual misconduct. I observe the precept of abstaining from telling lies. I observe the precept of abstaining from taking intoxicating drinks and drugs. With the refuge of the Noble Triple Gem, I observe these precepts for happiness in this life, for rebirth in heaven, and to realize the truth of this life as soon as possible. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear devotees, so today I thought of teaching to share blessings, to bestow blessings to Mahinda Athulathmudali. I thought of teaching some questions and some wonderful answers. So first of all, I'll ask the questions from you all and see if you all know. If you all know, you should feel happy. If you all doesn't know, how should you all feel? If you all doesn't know, if you all do not know, yet you all should feel happy. Why? You will have the chance to learn the answers. Clear? So don't worry about not knowing these things. Yeah, I will teach. So these are the questions. What are the questions? What does one need to do then to sleep peacefully? What does one need to burn to sleep peacefully? What does one need to burn to sleep peacefully? What's the first question? What does one need to burn to sleep peacefully? That's the first question. The second question is, this is from the Buddhist teachings, from a nice sermon about discourse about burning. Then, what does one need to burn to not sorrow? What does one need to burn to not sorrow? What should you burn if you like to live without sorrow. Then the third question is, what is the one thing whose killing you would approve? What is the one thing whose killing you would approve? Can you all try some answers for these three questions? What does one need to burn to sleep peacefully? You all can send by chat or can unmute and say. Okay, so you all can, are you typing or shall I tell the answers? Okay, so just imagine if we need to live happily, if you need to sleep peacefully, what should we do? The answer is, now this question was asked by a God from the Supreme Buddha. Then Godsak asked this question. The answer is, having burned anger, one sleep peacefully. Having burned what? Anger. Have you ever thought of this? Burning anger? Then the second answer is, then what should we burn to overcome sorrow? Burning anger. Having burned anger, one does not sorrow. Now, after you get angry, what's the next result? What's the next consequences? What are the other consequences you will face? After you get angry, you will regret. True or false? Now see, what are we talking about? The truth of life or something limited to the Buddha? Something limited to the born Buddhists? No, anger is something that any living being has. Even the dogs, animals, even they have anger. Don't they? They have. That's why all living beings are suffering from three things. The three things are lust, anger, and delusion. When people have lust, the danger is when they see appealing things, they can't live without that. They can't have control over their life when they see beautiful and appealing things. When they see beautiful things and appealing things, they can't live without that. They have a great ego. They will have a great interest to have those beautiful things to be those beautiful things under their control. So, what do you think? Will these beautiful things remain with the same appearance every day? No. But don't we have this expectation, a sweet expectation, to be these beautiful things and the pleasant things the way we want? We have those desires, we have such desires, but what happens when we have such desires? When we have wrong expectations, what happens? When the things are not behaving the way we want, we get upset and angry. And then we get fed up. But a Buddha who saw the reality of life, who saw this life with a clear understanding, through great wisdom, through meditation, he taught others. Before others would fall into trouble, Buddha taught us this side that was covered. Buddha opened this side and then showed us the reality to live in a happy way, to live in a peaceful way. So the main thing is, the things that are impermanent we should understand as impermanent. The problem is, the things that are impermanent we take them as permanent. The things that are not under our control, we try to take them as under our control. We try to treat them and try to maintain and behave and have those things, thinking that things will be under our control. And the things that are subjected to suffering, we take them as pleasurable. And the things that are disgusting, we take them as pleasant. There are 4 misunderstandings in this world that have been planted and uprooted in our lives. See, the danger, the impermanent things are seen as permanent. Then what happens? We think these things are permanent, and what happens? When we lose those things, we can't bear it. Now see, during the pandemic, see how much people, more than the virus, people were affected mentally. The fever would only remain for 1-2 weeks, but the mental depression they face by losing the loved ones remain for years, remain for months. Some when they did not, some people when they were unable to bear the pain, they committed suicide. They suicided themselves. They jumped from high-rise buildings. But what happened by jumping from a high-rise building? Again, they fall into trouble. Did they get a small pain? Were they able to overcome the pain? No. They fall into a disaster and they lost their human life. See, sometimes when we come across suffering and sorrow, the decisions we take lead us to experience more suffering. Then the answer for the 3rd question, what is the one thing whose killing you would approve? What's the answer? Yes, the killing of anger with its poison root and honeyed tip, taking revenge, is the killing that Noble One praises. So some people like to take revenge from others when they are disturbed by others. So the thing that whose killing you would approve is, what is that? The nature of taking revenge. Now when we have this fault of taking revenge from others, what is the downfall? What is the danger of it? The problem will never end. The problem will never end. So what do you think about the question and answers? Do you feel happy to learn more? I hope these things are not deep, you understand. I hope you can understand these things, right? So, when we get angry, what do we do usually? How do we think when we get angry? Let's get into ground and just think. Start thinking from your end. When we get angry, what do we think? Okay. When I'm out of mindfulness, I'll tell how would I think? Because mindfulness is something like a gatekeeper. Like a gatekeeper, the nature of a gatekeeper is, when there's a gatekeeper, he will know whom to take in and whom not to take in. Am I correct? Right? A gatekeeper knows whom to take in and whom to be rejected. In the same way, we should have a gatekeeper for our mind. When a good thought comes, we should develop that. For an example, I tell you, a beggar comes. Then you feel like giving. But then again you think, no, someone else will support this person, and stop giving. Then a beggar comes, you think, why should I support him? He can work and earn money. So what happens when a good thought comes to your mind? You demolish that. Why? No mindfulness. Okay, suppose you all are not doing like that. Okay, when you see a beggar or when you see someone who needs a support, you support. You all support, assume that you all are good people. this group. But do you think everyone would do like that? No. Now comes to bad side of the mind. Now sometimes what happens when others hate you, you feel like hitting them, you feel like showing a long face to them, you don't feel like talking to them. Now sometimes when you need a support, if others do not help you, what happens? We keep that in our mind. And then when they need a support from you, what happens? You remember it and then you don't help them in return. Why is that? No mindfulness, no gatekeeper for the mind. To protect our car, to protect the house, to protect the garden, we need a gatekeeper. We pay him and keep a gatekeeper. But if we do not have a gatekeeper for our mind, our life will go astray. Dear devotees, suppose there's a gatekeeper. Think you have CCTV cameras. But if you are regretting, can they come to your bed and make you sleep? Think you have lost your job. Think you have lost your loved ones. What can your cars do? What can your house do? What can your wealth do? Imagine you lose your beauty. Now I remember a boy who was ready to get married through a proposal in Sri Lanka. So this boy was proposed to a girl, and then when their wedding was about to happen, like in 2 weeks ahead, the girl's face, like half of the face and the heart, the chest was burned when she was frying some thing in the gas stove. Now what would the boy do? The beauty the boy saw earlier, after the girl was burnt, that beauty was no more. Now this boy was so nice. This boy got married to that girl. See, that means that boy did not chase after the beauty. Now, even after marriage, the girl would get burnt, right? Then what would we do? So that's the problem. Like when you seek happiness from things that you are when you seek happiness from things that gives you suffering, you are helpless. You should accept the situation. You should accept what you get and practice patience. It wasn't the girl's mistake. It was the boy's mistake. He was expecting happiness from things that giving suffering. The people who do not understand that what happens when the beauty is lost, they suffer. They find solutions in wrong ways. Now when people scold you, before I taught you about the simile of mindfulness, what happens? When people scold you, we get angry. And we tell, because of him I got angry. Don't we tell? Because I hate that manager because he scolded me always. I hate my neighbor. Why do we hate others? That's because we are unable to see good in others. Why do we hate others? We are unable to see good in others. Imagine if someone scolds you, then you think, okay, this person, even though he scolds me, okay, he's scolding me, then you should think, have I done a mistake? Or if I have done a mistake, it's like showing a treasure. Imagine you have done a mistake and you have done something wrong, and if someone is correcting you, it's like showing you a treasure. It's more than showing you a treasure. Then you think, oh, he's showing me a treasure. What a great, he's showing a mistake. What a great blessing for me so that I can overcome a lot of problems in life. A lot of people will love me when I correct my mistakes. Then you won't get angry. Another when someone hurts you, when someone annoys you, without thinking the parts and without thinking the reasons that made you annoyed, you can think like this. Well, you can try to see and check what kind of good things that person has done to you. So when you start recalling the good things that person has done, whatever the hate that you have will abandon, because you are thinking something that will not make you angry. You are thinking the good things that other person has done. It's like this, the environment is hot, then you are on the air condition. When the environment is hot, you are on the air condition. When the environment is cold, you are on the heater. So just like we give comfort to the body, if you like to give comfort to your life, don't maintain bad thoughts, replace bad thoughts with good thoughts. It's a matter of thinking, gives you happiness. Imagine in the morning, early morning, someone calls you and scold you and then curse you. That happens in the morning. But then what happens when you are driving to work, you think, oh, this fellow scolded me, this fellow cursed me. How dare he can do this early morning? Doesn't he has loving kindness? He only scolded you once, but you're thinking 100 times. Whose mistake? Our undeveloped mind is cursing us more than the person who cursed you. Then in the daytime you are thinking about it. Then in the night you are thinking about it. Next day when you see that person, you again recall what he has done. So when you see that person next day, if you have this great ability of forgetting what he has done, the bad side, next day when you speak to him nicely, he will also not feel like scolding you anymore. Therefore, dear devotees, wise thinking is like seeing good in others, equanimity and rejoicing in others to overcome jealousy. Like when you try to, like in advance, you are prepared to see the success of others. Then you won't feel jealous of others. Then equanimity. Equanimity means like, imagine you wash a bathroom, you wash the toilet, or maybe you do something. Then someone come and mess the place. Then you can think, okay, maybe he was in a hurry to do this, or maybe he was unaware. Like always finding a way to think that not make you upset. Usually we are trained to think in a way that we will make more upset. And when you know that things are impermanent in advance, that things are not under our control, then we will accept that situation happily. Because that's the truth. We can't go beyond the truth. Like, we have to lose our loved ones. We will have to mix with people that we do not like. That is the truth in life. That is part and parcel in this life. So we live in a dream world. We live in a dream world, and then when reality comes to our life, we are not ready to accept it. So let's get rid of the dream world and live in reality. The reality is there is lust, anger, and delusion in the mind that can be replaced, that can overcome by knowing the reality. Anger can overcome with loving kindness. Lust can overcome by understanding the truth of this life. And delusion can be overcome by knowing the real way how life works. Then we can live in harmony. And I'll tell you how to Dhamma advice. Like before you do something, think, would I like if someone does this to me? Imagine you feel like lying someone. Then we should think, would I like if someone lied to me? Imagine you feel like stealing. Then we should think, would I like if someone steal from me? Now what is this practice? Putting yourself always in another's place. Putting yourself always in another's place. If you can put yourself in another's place, then you won't feel like harming others, hurting others. Enough, right? For today? Many things to practice. Okay, shall we go for a short meditation now? Let's practice what we learn. Okay, let's try to develop some good thoughts for you to think so that next day from today onwards, when something miserable come to your life, don't keep on thinking about those bad things, just like pulling garbage. It's like this, you go to a garbage bin and pull all the garbage, all this, you pull everything out and then you make a big mess and then you leave the place. It's like you're scattering garbage. Like if you are regretting in the past, it's like scattering garbage. So let's just put all the garbage into a garbage bin and close the lid. And then clean that bin and try to use it again to put all the trash into that bin and keep the environment calm and quiet. Okay, let's close your eyes. Let's all of us close our eyes and then try to think some good thoughts. Okay, close your eyes and think according to what I say. Think according to what I say. Listen to me. And if other thoughts come to your mind in between, don't pay attention to those thoughts. Just eliminate those thoughts and pay attention to what I say. May I be free from anger. May I be free from ill will. May I be free from jealousy. May I be free from mental suffering. May I be free from physical suffering. May I live in peace. May I live happily. May all beings in this place. Now, try to wish for the happiness of others, okay? We are trying to wish for the happiness of others. May all beings in this place be free from anger, be free from ill will, be free from jealousy. Be free from mental suffering. Be free from physical suffering. May they live in peace. May they live happily. May all beings in this village be free from anger. Be free from ill will. Be free from jealousy. Be free from mental suffering. Be free from physical suffering. May they live in peace. May they live happily. May all be in this city be free from anger. Be free from ill will. Be free from jealousy. Be free from mental suffering. Be free from physical suffering. May they live in peace. May they live happily. May all beings in this province be free from anger. Be free from ill will. Be free from jealousy. Be free from mental suffering. Be free from physical suffering. May they live in peace. May they live happily. May all beings in all worlds be free from anger. Be free from ill will. Be free from jealousy. Be free from mental suffering. Be free from physical suffering. May they live in peace. May they live happily. May all beings be well and happy. Be well and happy. Be well and happy. Sad, sad, sad. Sad, sad, sad. Slowly open your eyes. So today we did a Dhamma sermon and we spread loving kindness. So we would like to share merit with Mahinda Athulathmudali, who passed away on 13th August 2021. May he rejoice in this great merit of giving the gift of the Supreme Buddha's teachings, or giving the gift of Dhamma. And that's the greatest gift we can give in the world, the sweetest taste, the sweetest thing in the world. So by the power of this merit, may he be well and happy. May he rejoice in this merit and overcome sorrow and sadness. Be taught how to overcome sorrow and sadness by the power of that merit. May he also be able to overcome sorrow and sadness in whatever the life is born. And may all the this is not the first uncle passed away in our sansar in past lives. May all the uncles and aunties who have passed away rejoice in this merit and may they have happiness and comfort. May all the devas rejoice in this merit and may they be well and happy and protect us. And may everyone who organized the program, the two daughters, the wife and the son, and the Nusha, Pasikava and Dilsha, and Metta, Mother Metta, who organized this Dhamma sermon to share merit with Jayadeva Athulathmudali and as well. So Jayadeva Athulathmudali as well. So by the power of this merit, may everyone, all of us have the ability to have a gatekeeper to our mind and then develop mindfulness and try to replace anger with loving kindness, start seeing good in others and put yourself in others' place and to practice these teachings in your day-to-day lives and overcome sorrow by abandoning hatred, overcome and sleep and have a good sleep by overcoming anger and by killing the habit of taking revenge and live happily. So that's what I thought of teaching, and if you all have any questions, you can ask now. Namo Buddhaya Thervan Saranai. May everyone be well and happy.
Thervan Saranai Swamin Wahanse. Thank you very much. And you gained a lot of merit on this sermon, delivering this sermon to us. And may you be able to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana sooner in this samsara.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thervan Saranai. I'm blessing you all now. Abhivadana silissa niccang vaddha pachayino chattaro dhamma vaddanti ayuvanno sukham balam ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti mevacha ato nibbana sampatti ijvinate samijjato.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Namo Buddhaya.
Thank you, everyone, for Dunisha. Thank you for organizing and hosting, and everyone for attending. It is very much appreciated. It's Ruksha here. I'm thanking you on behalf of my mother and my brother and my sister as well. Thank you.